Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. Today, again, in lockdown, you join me in the back garden, and what we're going to do this week is a bit of a Q&A, and then we'll play an old vlog at the end so you guys can get a bit of a fishing fix. So first of all, I'd like just to say I hope that all your families are well, that lockdown isn't proving too difficult, and we've been in a couple of weeks now, so hopefully we're not too far away from getting back bankside. Secondly, I'd like just to thank everybody that's been leaving the comments on the channel, on the new videos and the old ones, and it's great to see that the content over the years is helping people with lockdown and they're enjoying the videos that are on the channel. Incidentally, this week I did back up all the videos. There are over 200 videos on the channel, from everything from pike to carp to roach, rivers, lakes and canals. So if you want to spend a bit of time watching a bit of fishing, then feel free to check out the playlists or the videos on the channel. But it's great that so many people are enjoying them. So as you can see on screen now, the person asking the first question was asking if I could go and relive any fishing memory, which one would I choose? So there are two answers to this question. The first one that I would love to go back and relive would be one of them old childhood sessions with my dad on the canal, when we used to walk up of a Saturday just up the road with a little whip, and my dad always fished a rod. But it'd be great to go and relive one of them canal memories. You do remember them in your head, but it would be great to go and relive one of them. We were talking about a fishing moment that I would love to relive again. It would have to be my first 20-pound pike from the river. I'd only just started pike fishing in the January for around about 2 months of the end of the season. I'd caught 1 or 2 pike, but I was excited to get going in the October. In the October, we decided to fish the river, and all the sessions to that point I'd been with my friends and my mates, but I decided on a Wednesday to go on my own. So casting into the river, I remember casting the float right down the middle, and I lost the fish early on, and both my friends were on the phone, giving you the banter. So around about 10 o'clock on that session, the float rod down the middle of the river just slowly went upstream, and I remember just it slowly going against the current, and as it did so, I'd caught jacks up to that point, up to about 10 pound, but I remember reeling down and striking, and that moment of feeling like I'd hooked the bottom, and then all of a sudden the bottom just started moving and pulling back. And I think the moment that I would love to relive of that battle would be the first time it actually come up in the water in the margin, and I just seen the size of it. That would be one memory that I would love to relive, and I'll put a picture on screen now of that fish. It still lives well in the memory, and for me, that's the magic of fishing. But if I was going to pick 2 memories, they would be the 2 that I would love to relive again. A childhood memory with my dad, and my first 20-pound pike. So the second question comes in from Jack, and he's asking if I am a member of Sandymore. So Sandymore is a club that is local to me, a small club that has a couple of pools. The answer to the question is I wasn't, but I am now. As you can see on screen now, my daughter was lucky enough to win first place on the open day last year, and she was mithering me from that moment on that she wanted to fish that lake. She enjoyed it so much that this year I've picked up the card. And the sad part about that is, like so many people, we had plans for this summer and spring, and our plans were going to catch carp on that lake. And like so many plans, they're not going to happen now. But being optimistic, me and Abby are looking forward to getting on the bank and trying to catch a few fish on the lake. So the third question comes in from Mr. Blue Pike Hunters, and he's asking, is there going to be some more lure fishing for pike on the channel? By far the most commonly asked question on the channel around pike fishing is guys who want to see lure fishing, and this year I had planned to get out and do some more lure fishing on the channel. I've picked up a selection of lures over the last year, and with the GoPro now being part of the vlog, in that period up to October where it's cooling down, I will be looking to do some lure fishing on the channel, hopefully for some perch, but definitely for some pike. Keep your eye on the channel, and hopefully we can fit it in. What you've got to remember with this lockdown is there's going to be a very short period of summer, and we're soon going to be into that period into early autumn and winter. But I will do my best to get some lure fishing on the channel and see how we do. So this question comes in from Tipper in Mick on Maggot Drowners, and he's asking, when did I realise that my daughter would be a better pike angler than me? Quite simply, Mick, the moment I realised she was going to be a better pike angler than me was on one of the vlogs where she catches the first one, about £7. She got it in about a minute, where her dad talks to a camera and milks it for about 3. So that was the moment when I realised that she's most definitely going to be a better pike angler than me. A great question, and thank you for the support. So this question coming in from Dusty is asking, how easy did I find it to start doing YouTube, and what equipment did I use on the channel? Before I started doing YouTube, I did a written vlog, and it's still on there now. If you search for Sat on My Perch at Blogspot, then you can see there is a written vlog there that was running for about 6 years. I had about 600,000 views at the moment when I stopped doing it, and at that point I knew that, you know, I had to start moving with the times and starting to do YouTube and make videos. There was a point also where I was finding it difficult to write about fishing. There's only so many ways you can write about the fight of a fish and explain your surroundings. So from a creative point of view, I was also looking to change, to challenge myself and do something new. I did find it difficult at first to speak to the camera like anybody does, but if anyone is looking to do YouTube, you soon get past the point of thinking about talking to a camera, as you do talking on the bank, where you think people are looking at you, and if they are, in the early days you can be a bit intimidated by that, but as you do it, you just forget about them and it's just you and the camera. So in the early days it was very difficult, but you soon get to grips with it and find that you actually do enjoy it. On to the second part of the question, asking about the stuff that I use for YouTube. Now, it's a question that I get asked quite a lot. People asking what camera do we use, what microphone, you know, what tripod do we use, and people are quite surprised when I say that I literally do use my camera phone. I use a Samsung phone to do the recording, and quite simply the reason for that is it's waterproof. I know that if I want to get a shot from behind me, I can put it down and I don't have to worry about the rain or anything like that, because it's waterproof. It can just literally go behind me. Now, you can spend a fortune on tripods and all types for the camera, but if you think about it, most of the banks on the river are like that. Now, if you wanted to get your phone flat on a bank, you'd have to get all the legs even. I literally use a selfie stick from Selfie Fish on top of a bank stick. By that, if the bank's arced like that, that bank stick is going to sit straight no matter what. You stick it in the ground halfway up the hill, the camera's always level and looking at you, and you haven't got a mountain of stuff to carry. Your phone goes in your pocket and you're away. In recent years I picked up a GoPro, and that has helped me give like a fisherman's point of view to some of the shots and a bit of variety. So they're the two things that I use to record the videos. I use my camera phone, which is a Samsung S10, but over the years I've moved from an S9 and S8 up, and I use a GoPro as well, and it's a mixture of them two that you see me use on the channel. Might shock a few people because I think they expect you to have the big camera and the Rode microphone, but no, that is what I use to record the videos. The final question on this Q&A, Dusty is asking, is there any time you feel obliged to go making videos for the blog? Now, one of the golden rules I always keep to, and I tell people when they want to make fishing videos, is go fishing and film the fishing. Never go fishing for the video, because it puts pressure on you, and I've always stuck to that rule the whole way through the written blog and YouTube. If you go out and just record what happens and make a video, it's real fishing. If you sit in your house and go, I'm going to go and make a video on this, on a £10 or £20 carp, then you're pressured to make a £20 carp video. Whereas if you just say I'm going carp fishing and whatever happens, happens, you're going out with no pressure. So in that regard, the vlog never really puts any pressure on me to go out and record a video. On the flip side, you're asking, is there ever a time that I feel like I don't want to go fishing? Then yeah, I'm a normal guy, I'm a normal angler. There are times when I wake up in the morning and I just don't feel like going. But what you have to remember is a lot of the time, you don't see on the vlog I'm going fishing with other people, like my uncle, like Mark from Cheshire Particle sometimes. And sometimes I don't feel like going. I think, oh, can I be bothered going today? But you'd be letting them people down if you didn't go. And sometimes them sessions where you don't feel like going and you go can be where special memories can be made and things happen that wouldn't have happened if you didn't go. But on the flip side also, there's times when them people don't feel like going fishing, and I guess me going makes them go out fishing as well. And in the course of it, can you really go fishing too much? So hopefully that answers the question and helps people who are making vlogs go fishing, record the fishing, and never go fishing to make a vlog. So that brings the Q&A part of the video to an end. I hope you've enjoyed the questions. They found them interesting and a bit different than what you'd expect me to answer in some cases. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to head in the house. I'm going to pick a video out of one of the old videos on the channel. I hope you enjoy it. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all next week. See you later. Right, hello and welcome to this week's vlog. You join me on the banks of the canal and we're in search of pike. Today, as you've just seen, got the kettle on, got the rods out. It's only going to be a super short session this morning, and that is how I do a lot of my piking. A lot of my piking only covers the bite times. Now you learn that by time spent on your waters, but on the waters I fish, it's normally between up to 10 o'clock you'll get a bite, and then if you wait on till 1-2 o'clock you might get another run. So this morning there's a storm in. It's not stopped raining yesterday. All Saturday it didn't stop raining, so the rivers are out of the question, and they give more of the same today. So the objective of this morning is to be on the canal when it's calm. Doesn't matter how stormy it gets, for that first hour of the day it's always a flat calm. And today a bite isn't necessarily what I'm coming for. I'm coming to be on the bank at the early time of day to see where them silvers are, and I'll probably learn a lot more today just looking at the water than I will do, you know, if we get a run. So I've picked a spot where I can see a good you know, bit of canal. I can see a good 100 yards either way, and I'm just going to spend my time just looking at the water. I've got one of the rods on a bite alarm, the other on a float. I'm just going to sit back with the hood on my car up in case it rains and keep my eyes on that water. Right, so a bit of fun on the video. In the thumbnail there'll no doubt be a nice pike, and it's not the only nice pike that I have on this video. What I want you to do, bit of fun, pop a comment in the sections below which bait you think catches the pike. Right, so there's me brew from doing the talk, and we've had a bit of a result, so let's get this pike unhooked. Right, so there's the pike in the net, and you can normally tell in the net how bad they're going to be, and this one hasn't stopped thrashing about, so I imagine it's going to be quite active on the bank. So most important thing, get the pike away from your net, and say with a tight hold, everything ready. You get your hand under the gill, pike between your legs, and then say if they flap, just put your hands across them like that. Put your hand in its mouth, put its mouth towards you, and there we go, the hooks are out. Right, so one check that I always do is just look inside the mouth to see if there's any tackle in there. The strong fish and people who are fishing for silvers can easily get snapped off, and people who are not fishing with the correct line can. So she's going just under 13 pound, and a lovely quick look at her before I get her in the edge to have a rest. Let's get her in the edge and get the blog set up. So the pike's resting in the net, and just about to finish me brew. I'm going to get the other rod out because the bite times are so tight on here, and then we'll get a blog done. Right, really quickly, because it is absolutely bucketing down, and there she is. And like I said when I was unhooking her, some pike just have that streak to them. I don't know if it's evil or moody, but they just are aggressive, and she's one of them. Absolutely splashing everywhere in the net. A hard fight. Yeah, she's got all the characteristics of what we think about pike, but with them colours, she's got the grace with it as well. A lovely, lovely autumn pike. Let's get a couple of photos and get her straight back. I've just literally put another brew on, turned around, and the rod's gone again. It looks another decent pike. Oh yeah. Let's get it in the net. Take a look. This feels a very good fish, really strong, and normally when they make your arm ache, it's a sign of a better fish. So I'm going to stop recording, try and get it in. Well, when I said I was putting the brew on, I wasn't lying. That's been bubbling away behind me the whole time. Let's get it turned off. Let's get it turned off and get this pike unhooked, and it looks a decent one. It's certainly another double. Let's have a look at her. Right, sometimes the pike can get you in a real mess on the bank. There's a hook that's outside of this pike's mouth, so the most important thing is just to get the pike unhooked and out the way. There's only one hook in it, and it's just in its scissors, and there we go. That's the pike completely free now. There's a hook in the unhooking mat, so sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is to put the pike back on the unhooking mat, because there's hooks everywhere.
Yeah. What is it?
It's a pike.
Pike.
Right, and there she is, £15 on the nose, and what a morning. A 13 and a 15 on a morning when I just come up to look at the canal to see where the silvers were, and it's paid off. Obviously I'm on the silvers. I've not had a chance to look at the water, been that busy, but yeah, fantastic session. Gonna keep her out too long. Let's get a couple of photos and get her back straight away. And as I always say, you've got to give them a good rest. She fought hard, as you've seen on the footage, and give her a good rest before I unhooked her, and then a good rest before the photos. And now she's just having a soak in the edge for as long as she needs, and then we'll let her go back. But it's a lovely fish, an absolutely fantastic autumn pike, and hopefully we'll be back to see it in February when she's about 17 or 18. And that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the pike to be trying to get out the net. And you see there, the wild creatures, they don't want to be in a net, they want to be out of it. And when they're ready, they'll try and get out, and that's when they're ready. So she's more than ready to go back. So just going to give it a few moments longer, get a few pictures of her in the net, and then we'll let her go. For me, when I go piking, it's all about these moments that you get to spend with such lovely creatures. As a kid growing up, I was always into wildlife and still am, but these are the ones that no one ever sees on the top. You never see them mooching around like the carp and the bream, but they're there, and it's fantastic to just get so close to them, even for these few moments. So let's get this fish and let's get it back. And there she is, fully rested, and it's time for her to go back. Back she goes. Happy days, happy days. Right, so let's finally try and get a warm brew. The first one was cold, because not long after that intro I got a take, and then when I got back to it I just swung it down as it was cold, put the kettle back on, and the float was off again. So let's see if we can repeat it for the third time. I don't know whether you can hear the thudding of a boat, but there's still a boat has literally just gone past, and I dropped this smelt in the edge as it went past, and this tiny pike has just grabbed hold of it. And people who say boats are bad for fishing and the fish, it ruins it, obviously don't know. It pushes the fish to the edges, and this one must have moved into the edge, and in the edge was a smelt. Fantastic stuff. There's that pike. He deserves an award for one, dexterity, being in these parts with them two better pike about, because he definitely is eating material for them two, and also taking a bait literally 5 seconds. The boat, I could still see the boat, and I picked the rod up to move the bait back into position, and he was on the end. And with an attitude like that, he could go far. Let's get him back. Apologies on this bit of the video, it's really overcast and it's not the great conditions for filming, so you'll have to bear with me. So the session, hopefully this video just shows what the beauty of fishing. I wasn't going to come this morning, I really wasn't. It was raining, overcast and belting down when I woke up, and I thought, no, just get out there, and if anything you'll get to see where the fish are topping for the next session. And it really was one of them type of sessions where I was looking ahead at future ones to see where to go next time and see where them shoals are condensing, and where them shoals condense the pike will not be far from them. But today I've obviously landed in an area where there was two nice girls on the hunt, and more than made up, absolutely buzzing with them two fish. A 13 and a 15. Yeah, happy days, happy days, and worth the effort to come out on such a terrible day. So yeah, proper made up, absolutely made up. So that's the session come to an end now. Bait wise, I'll have a look in the comments to see who put the smelt down, but it was the smelt that did the business, as you might have seen on the unhooking shots. So thumbs up if you put smelt in the comments below. And for now, all that remains to be said is to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing. It'd be great if you could like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all next time. Tight lines.